checking everything to make sure I'm good to go. There we go. All right. Hello everyone, welcome to the AM3 Championship here on Contest of Speed. I am Deathstorm, and we are racing around the crown jewel of the Formula One calendar. This is Monte Carlo, Streets of Monte Carlo. This is Monaco. Track notably is one DRS zone. Give me a second to pull up some information. Monaco, because I wasn't fully prepared, which is very rare for me. I do apologize. I've been sick over the weekend. But in the meantime, I am joined by Mr. B. Scholes. So welcome back to the AM3 booth, sir.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
This track has 19 turns, one DRS zone, and a track length of, if I could find it, that'd be great. Because apparently I'm just dumb.
I got some good news while you're trying to find that.
What's up?
It is indeed a wet race.
No! No!
I have just got word that it is a wet race.
Oh, no! So we're going to be running around 39 laps here at a 3.3 kilometer circuit under wet conditions at night. This is going to be interesting. Anyway, yes, 19 turns, most notably a couple. Santovat turn 1, the Novel chicane turn 10, the swimming pool section of 13, 14, 15, 16. Anthony Nogues 18 and 19, as a couple people are going up Beau Rivage now. As we get ourselves ready to go for quali, couple of notes to go through from last week's race. There were no incident reports from Bahrain in AM3. So for once I had nothing to do as far as this tier was concerned, which was great. So the Hood Kool-Aid Man JC BK podium from Bahrain stands as final. BK is on top of the points with 127, Sods in second with 108, Sean Boy 94 in third, Great Ape, who's not here, has 78, Hood Kool-Aid Man has 75 for a partial season. He's already got 75. He's going to be a main championship protagonist, I think, toward the end of the season. Red Arrow is 6th with 71, Guru is 7th with 32, Kane is 8th with 31, JC is 9th with 30, Easy 10 rounds out the top 10 with 24. Constructors, Red Bull's on top with a 221 to Williams 133. Yes, you heard that right. 221, Williams 133. Alpine 109, Aston Martin 101, Ferrari 74, Mercedes 54, AlphaTauri 43, Haas 37, McLaren 26, Alfa Romeo 16, rounding out the table. That is my mop-up duty for Monaco, and we are ready to go. As ASAP Loggy is on a lap.
Quick question: did JC have a quality ban?
Or
did he just decide to retire on pit road?
He just retired. I guess he just decided to retire because I don't have any quality bans that carried over for AM3 anyway.
That's an interesting decision.
That's not necessarily a bad decision either, because historically in league racing this track is very, very brutal, and if it's in the wet, I think it's easier to give the distance off in the back, as Sod sets the benchmark of 111.8. Quickly eclipsed by Sean Boy with an 11.5. Sorry, just taking a sip of my Canada Dry ginger ale. As ASAP Loggy had a nice little slap. It's flat, it works for my throat, I'm just coming off being sick, so give me a break.
It's because it's Canadian Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving out there, Canadians.
You know, I was gonna do that, but you beat me to it.
I'm Canadian, I have to say it.
Oh, good grief. But yes, so all our Canadian folks, which there's quite a few in this lobby, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. BK was able to set a benchmark of an 11.4, which was quickly topped by Hood Kool-Aid Man with an 11.1. So the Ferrari man's already 3/10 clear of Mr. BK as they pass through the Nouvelle chicane. I want to see if I could try to catch somebody on a lap here. Actually, we'll go on Gru. We'll go on with Gru here as he goes through Saint-Avat, going up the hill toward Beau Rivage and Casino Square, going up in the 5th, 6th, 7th gear maybe? No, he's going to hold it in 6th through the Casino Square, drops it down into 4th, make sure it's nice and tight. There's a tree root over here on the left-hand side going into Mirabeau. 2nd gear through Mirabeau, and then the Lowe's hairpin, the slowest corner in all of Formula 1, heading toward Portier now, where Ayrton Senna crashed from the lead. I believe it was in the 1990 Monaco Grand Prix, and he had like a minute lead, crashed into the barrier here. Through the tunnel, going down the hill into the Nouvelle chicane. It's very easy to invalidate through this complex right here, as Gru keeps it clean, heading toward Tibet now. Very fast sweeping left-hander, keeping it 4th, 5th, swim pool section. Throwing it into 3rd, heading toward Rascasse, and then the final 2 turns of Anthony Nogues, and we will have a lap from the Mercedes driver here at Monaco. Very undulating, very, very tight, and he actually backed out of the lap.
That's interesting.
That was a mixed
lap, by the way, was on a set of mediums.
Oh, 12.3 on a set of mediums.
Yes, so that is, we might contend for something fast here.
And I'm going to allude to something since I just saw somebody else in the chat. Mr. Ricardo is like, oh, Deathstorm's a nerd on Saturday in the commentary booth for the Ryder Cup race that we did. And I know all the names for the corners, and I just kind of proved that point. Just kind of proved that point.
I definitely do not. So do not ask me what corner is what, because I could not tell you my elbow from my finger.
And that's why you're the co-commentator / color commentator right there. But yes, I am kind of a little bit of a nerd when it comes to that stuff. That's just one of my fortes. So I do apologize, but hey, somebody's got to do it. Lane in AM1 does it very well.
Oh crap, I didn't even realize BK with a 10.7.
Yes, I did not realize that. I was just highlighting him, and I just didn't realize that he had a 10.7, so we're already into the 10s. JC, he's already asking me in the chat, where is he going to finish? From P11...
Ooh, Paul on the wall.
Paul on the wall? Let's not call that.
Yeah, he just tapped it. Just tapped the wall a bit.
Paul in hell, we don't want his name to be changed to Paul in wall.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very good now, would it?
No, not at all. As far as JC, your prediction, honestly, I might pull this strat off tomorrow night where I start in the back and just see everybody go boom, boom, boom. So, yeah, always fun. Let's see what Hood Kool-Aid Man does. He is out now on his 2nd flying lap. The Ferrari man's looking to better himself by 0.4 of a second to get back into provisional pole. In the meantime, Saad actually eclipsed the 110 mark himself and with 900ths to BK.
Let's see if he can get out of Sean Boy's way here. He's sort of blocking Sean Boy. Get out of the way, Saad. Oh, well, he wrecked it, but he got out of the way.
He wrecked it, but he got out of the way. That's all that matters. He got out. He's going to have to worry about a Ferrari coming through now. He should have enough of a gap, I would imagine, as the Ferrari driver goes through Portier. Oh, loses the back end a little bit going into the tunnel. I think that's going to compromise most of his lap. I think he backed out of it. Yes, he did. He completely backed out of it after that. So he'll be looking to reboot and get ready to go. Saad, as you already alluded to, no front wing. He chopped it off trying to let Sean Boy through. Speaking of Sean Boy, let's see what he got. As he goes 11-2.
Lost a lot of time in the final sector because he was 5/10 up in sector 2.
Parks is on outlap. By the way, before I forget, we were supposed to have 13 tonight. One of my full-timers and one of my reserves unfortunately did not show. So that's 2 attendance reps right there. Bah humbug. As we're getting ready for the Christmas season now, so I get to say that.
I love Christmas. I would rather skip all holidays and just go straight to Christmas, to be honest.
Well, since two of my kids' birthdays,
Oh yeah, I forgot. You have it all in like one.
my youngest's birthday will be 4 on Halloween, and then my two oldest will be 8 and 9 respectively on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
That's crazy. Were they twins? Or no, I
No,
guess 8 and 9. You can't be twins. I'm so
no,
stupid.
no. My oldest's birthday is New Year's Day 2015, and then my middle child was New Year's Eve 2015. So in a way, I
Ah,
have a set of Irish twins. But I am
let's
Irish, so it kind of works out.
let's see what ASAP's doing through the second sector here.
ASAP, he's going
Six
through the
tenths
swim
up.
pool. Swim pool
Not fast
section.
enough though.
But still, 6/10 up, that's going to put him into the 13s, as long as he keeps the lap. Yes, JC, 2015. Beginning and end of the year, I ended it on a bang. And
That's
began it with
crazy.
a
That's
bang.
the year I entered high school. That's crazy to think about.
It's a 12.8, by the way, from ASAP Loggy, puts him up in a P8. As it looks,
Oh,
I
wow.
believe it was alluded to in the EU4 stream this afternoon. You have for these 11 drivers, if anybody DNFs before lap 35 sector 1, you are not getting points tonight. So you got to make lap 35.
Upper L
Wow.
Parks only up by 6 tenths.
Those children were planned. I am 33. Just saying. Actually, no. I can't say that. The oldest and the youngest were planned. My middle child was the result of defective birth control, which is another story for another time.
What, what has this stream turned into? Holy
the
Oh my
It's
gosh.
the annual roast of Deathstorm. Haven't you figured that out yet?
Holy
You've known me long enough.
crap. Oh, that's funny. We're gonna get kicked off comms at this
No, we're
point.
not. No, we're not. Everyone's gonna make a
Uh,
joke. It's gonna be funny. I'm laughing about it too. Wow,
uh,
whatever. Okay, okay. See, Ricky got it. Ricky knows the joke.
let's see, anybody on a lap?
Yes, Hood
Red
Kool-Aid
arrow,
Man.
2 tenths up.
Hood Kool-Aid Man's going up Beau Rivage as I speak.
Let's see where Red Arrow can put it.
And we'll go to Red Arrow as Ricky. We should know this where the EU2 stream where I go, holy crap! Life lesson from Storm? Yeah, quotes from Storm. Yeah, you weren't.
Sod is 300ths down through sector 1.
Okay, so I'll stay on board with the Ferrari of Hood Kool-Aid Man as he goes through the tunnel heading toward the Novell chicane. And Mr. Schulze, I alluded to that part of the stream where in Coda for EU2, I was doing solo comms at that time. As Hood Kool-Aid Man is 3/10 up, so we're gonna go
Oh,
back to
Sod
Sod.
invalidated.
Oh, the Novell chicane claims a victim.
Yeah.
Everybody was on medium compound tires with the exception of one guy, and it was a 20-person grid, and I went to look through the things for the formation lap. I literally saw all yellow and go, holy crap. If you ever watch Everybody Loves Raymond, Frank Barone, perfect example right there.
BK was 100th up through sector 1, so let's see what he can do through sector 2 here.
Alright, as he goes, the AM3 championship leader heading through the Novell chicane now, heading toward Tibet. Tibet does keep it nice and tidy on the throttle. Purple sector 2, he's still 100ths up. Oh, Guru retired. That's in the Novell chicane. Guru actually retired. Looked like he probably more than likely clipped the curb on the wall on the apex and just spun the car. Let's see what BK has.
Wow.
BK 110.3. He gained a lot of time in that last sector. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy because the fastest lap I did in my other league was a 10.4. And that was pole position, so that's saying something.
10-4. This is an
Yeah.
AM1 driver admitting that he just got beat by an AM3 driver.
Yeah. I'm never gonna live that down. I'm not mad, you know.
It's
I'm glad to
BK,
see my guy BK putting some laps here.
your fellow Thanksgiving Day Canadian.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully all the Canadians finish. I think there's 1 through 4. That would be my ideal situation.
Yeah, I think there's 4 too. Sean Boy, BK, Gru.
Kool-Aid is just starting an out lap.
Yeah, he's on an outlap. Red Arrow's going through Casino Square now. We have 3 minutes and change to go. So if one person... Yes, they do. Yes, they do. If one person's left, they have to complete the darn race. Or at least lap 35.
Paul might... Oh, I think actually he might have just got back in the pit road.
Yeah, he did.
I was gonna say that, or he's not going out.
Yeah, some of the guys are setting up for their final outlaps now. 2:40 left to go. As Red Arrow, I don't think. Let's see what his sector 2 time is. I think he let off. Yeah, so there goes Red Arrow. He's going to be going back into the pits.
These guys get so much closer to the wall than me. Literally giving me many heart attacks, and I'm not even the one in the car.
Oh, man.
I can't believe the race is actually in the rain, though.
This is going to be
night,
brutal.
It's not fun, trust me. That's how I had to race in my other thing. It was not easy, to say the least. Because you get no tire time at all.
No, and with the lack of a wet setup TT around on this game, how do you prepare for it?
You don't change the setup that much for this track, because you're basically running 50-50 wings anyways. Whether you're in the wet or the dry here. So, I mean, tweak a few things. I would tweak tire pressure. Other than that, that's about all I would do.
Yeah, maybe anti-roll bar, that's about it.
Yeah, you're not going to really tweak that much. Maybe raise your suspension just a hair for over the curbs in the wet, but yeah, you're really not going to change that much. Let's see what Hood Kool-Aid Man's going to put together here.
I gotta get Kane back in here because he just lagged out of the session.
Ooh, 110.4. Up into P2 for Hood Kool-Aid.
Hood Kool-Aid Man.
That's
the man
qualifying over for him.
Yeah, the man, the myth, the legend, Hood Kool-Aid Man winning the Americans the Ryder Cup event on Saturday, taking fastest lap at the end.
Let's see what Saad can do on his final lap of qualifying.
Saad is now heading in through Saint-Avold, going up Beau Rivage into Casino Square. Very short sector 1 here at Monaco. Only about, what, a 20-second sector? Whoa, he does hit the wall.
Close to that wall on the right, though.
He did actually clipped it, but he's still almost 2/10 up through the Novell chicane, or not the, Novell chicane, the Lowe's hairpin, Novell chicane, Jesus Christ. Heading through Portier now, heading into the tunnel. The Williams is looking to improve upon that 10.7. He's got a little work to do.
Yeah, he went a bit deep in the...
And he invalidated through Novell again.
He invalidates there a lot. Hopefully he doesn't do that much in the race.
Alright, that's going to be quali over, I think. Whoa, jeez.
Sean Boy here. See what he's putting together. Very tidy first sector. And he's 1/10 up.
Yeah. There's
I guess you might as well just waste all your tires, because if it's a wet race, you're not going to need them.
Oh, God,
Might as well get track position.
I gotta go race now, I guess. Yeah, JC, you do. Sean Boy and BK. I don't think Paul is going to have anything for pole, but let's see what Sean Boy has going into Sector 3 here. Oh,
that
excuse me.
chicane is so hard to get right.
I know, but you gain so much time when you do. You gain so much time, though, if you do, as Sean Boy is still a 10.5 up. Nicely through the swim pool, heading toward Rascass. Now, opinions for the wet, Mr. B. Scholes. Rascas, do you want to take a late apex to maximize the exit in the wet, or do you want to make sure you hug the wall and kind of sacrifice speed?
My advice, don't wreck. Whatever you have to do to not do that, that is my advice. Because it's all driving style, right? Like, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
I mean, I see that, yeah. I'm just thinking in terms of making it a little easier for everybody. But yeah, that is qualifying over. BK and the Red Bull on pole. Hood Kool-Aid Man a close second, only a tenth off. Sean Boy P3. Sod P4. So Sean Boy ended up flipping Sod there at the end. Red Arrow 5th. Park 6th. Kane 7th. ASAP Loggy 8th. Grew 9th. Paul 10th. And JC did not run through quali. Apparently Great Ape is late to the party. He's saying soft medium thoughts. You don't need soft or mediums when it's wet.
I would just
Drip
go
drop,
soft,
drip
honestly.
drip drop, drip pour. That's what's gonna happen.
Be interesting to see if it's enters condition or full wet.
Yeah, that's gonna be the interesting one.
Oh, it's definitely looking full wet.
I'm waiting for it to load.
Oh, I forgot
God.
you're on PS4. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to spoil it.
Oh my God. I don't have to, there's not any. No. If you're on the intermediate compound tire, you might as well just go into the wall. There's not any disparity here. Just no. This will be interesting.
Wow, it's not no light rain either. Like it's coming down. Got him above the A, right? Just throwing the curveball in there.
BK, you gotta send Parks an invite. I don't have him. And I gotta send Kane a backup one. I want to send him one just in case. All right, well, I'm not pulling up the tire graphic because I don't really need to.
He's on. Oh my gosh, he's.
I don't know, Duval. We were supposed to have 13. Two of them just didn't show up, unfortunately. Monaco is a big deterrent for a lot of drivers, especially with this condition. How many finishers are we going to see? Honestly, I'm looking at about 5. Maybe less.
I'm going to see if I can get Parks in here.
All right.
But he's on computer, so...
Yeah, if you have Parks in here, that'd be great, BK. Please, I don't care if you go into AI to do it.
He says he accepted a comms account's friend request.
Alright, so I should have him then. Give me 1 second. I hope... It says he's on, right? There we go. Okay. Parks, I sent you one. You're good. Hopefully you're in the car. That'd be great. For those that are around him or watching the stream, please, for the love of God, pay attention. He is in the middle of the pack. So I'm hoping everybody's going to be careful. I did not see the notification there. Did he join back up? You didn't see it either. You didn't see it either.
I was going through to see if everybody was on the wets, see if somebody maybe went on the inters. But...
I think as far as results tonight, I don't see anything other than a procession. I honestly, where it sits is where it's going to be. BK, Hood, Sean Boy, that's just me. I don't know about you.
It's all going to be just who finishes the race, honestly. I would not be surprised if there is a lot of safety cars.
Yeah, there is no glitch for it now, so we got...
horrible camera angles.
I know, it's terrible. That's why I'm on board with BK, literally in the cockpit. As five red lights, away we go here at Monaco. BK gets a good start. So does Hood Kool-Aid Man. Sod was able to get past Sean Boy. A little bit of action in the back of the pack as well as we go throw Beau Rivage for the first time. And it looks like the procession's already starting, but Hood Kool-Aid Man, he's looking kind of racy in that Ferrari there. He peeked onto the outside of BK, but it's going to be very tough for him to make a move here, especially early on with everybody is convoluted. But in the middle of the pack here, Sean Boy is starting to drop. He's being very, very careful. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad idea.
JC has made up one spot.
JC's already up one. Sean Boy's down two, so there's your big loser through the first opening half lap.
It's going to be very interesting to see tire wear through the tunnel.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be huge. Ooh.
Oh, Alfa Romeo. ASAP.
ASAP into the... Where? What? Where? Oh! He didn't even make it into the... He didn't even make it into the chicane yet. He's already got no front wing. And no safety car, no VSC, no nothing, which is very weird.
Paul...
Oh, Hood
may have
runs
lost
deep.
Some of his end plate. No, he looks fine.
Hood, Kool-Aid Man ran deep into Rascast there. BK leads by 0.8 of a second over Hood, and Sod's there in third with Red Arrow in fourth, Sean Boy in fifth, Parks in sixth, Kane in seventh, Paul in eighth, JC in ninth, Grew in 10th. ASAP Loggy is coming into the pit lane for a new set of wets and a new wing, so at least he didn't wreck out.
Yeah, I'm very surprised they didn't know it was a tire, and I'm surprised that was not a VSC. Because he was parked right in the middle of the track.
Yeah, that should have been at least a VSC at bare minimum, honestly. I'm wondering if that safety car at the end of the EU4 race was just luck. Ooh, BK out of Portier, going into Portier, smacks the wall. This is going to be a very long race of attrition. You hear the Red Bull letting up into the Nouvelle chicane in the part of the tunnel there. That's what the wet compound tire is going to do. You can't take that tunnel flat out like you normally can on any slick racing tire. Yeah, I almost talked like a kid, okay? I'm sorry, I have 3. Texas. I said a tuition like Bugs Bunny. Oh!
The wall.
Sod tapped the wall. Does he have his wing? He's okay. He's okay. Yeah, he is alright. Red Arrow is under attack from Sean Boy. It's pretty spread out now. You have the front 2, Sod's in the middle. Then you have packs of 2. And then you have a pack of 3. So, I mean, it's getting spread out into small packs. Tends to do that here at Monaco, though. So, lap 3... BK still holding on to the lead. It's grown a 10th since we last checked. Sod's hanging around in P3. ASAP Loggy already getting a time penalty? Interesting.
Let's see.
He got that as a swim pool section.
He's going to dive it into pit road here. He might retire the car. Oh, unless he lost a wing again.
And there, he just retired it. Yeah, and he did lose his wing, but he retired the car. So we are now already down to 10, so everybody that's here now needs to just finish.
Very surprised why he,
this early.
Yeah, because you definitely know there's going to be a safety car, too. And maybe he won a dry setup, because he said his setup was not looking too hot.
Yeah, maybe.
But again, I don't think there's that much of a difference between dry and wet setup. But again, I'm not the setup guy, so what do I know?
A lot of people just copy, if they want a good downforce setup, a lot of people just copy mine and kind of just go from there, because you've known me for 2.5, 3 years now. That's one thing that I'm known for, is a decent, stable setup. I'm not quick in a straight line half the time, but my setups usually stick to the track.
That is true. That is true. Sean Boy, I think, is a lot faster than Red Arrow. There's just nowhere for him to get by.
Yeah, and it's bringing Parks into play too. So, like I said, we have the front 3 is now spread out a little bit. Hood Kool-Aid Man is now 2 seconds adrift. and Sod's a second, almost 3 seconds behind that. But this battle here for P4 is intensifying.
The problem is it's hard enough to pass somebody here in the dry. Passing somebody in the wet is basically just asking to wreck both of you out. So, I mean, there's not really anywhere you can, like, because you can't outbreak anybody here, especially in the wet.
Yeah, no, you just gotta force a mistake. That's what it is. And Potty, nothing much. To answer your what's up question, it's wet race here at Monaco in AM3. JC's with the penalty. That's the Novell chicane. We'll see. Ooh, red arrow. Oh my God, Sean Boy losing the back end. Parks almost losing the back end going into Rascast. Parks makes the overtake into Rascast. That was a ballsy move by the pass, but the Red Bull fighting back, retaking P5. It's allowing Red Arrow to get away a little bit.
So we got...
And this is crazy. And that's for P4. And then Sean Boy, alluding to what you said before, Sean Boy does have pace. He already into the back of Mr. Red Arrow yet again. And that's gonna.
They will be doing a 1 pit stop or 2.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody decides to try to no pit stop.
That is true, I guess. It is in there. Oh, bro, Sean Boy's got such more pace.
I know. If he could force Red Arrow into a mistake and get him anywhere, I think honestly in the wet, you're essentially looking for an overtake, probably in a Sound of Ot. That's about it.
I'm very surprised. I guess something must have happened to Hood because he's 4 seconds back now. As I was saying that, I was gonna say I'm surprised that none of the top guys are using ERS. Because everybody is at 100 except for like the 2 players on the grid.
Oh, BK's at 94. I'm nitpicking there. Oh, Sean Boy is all over. He might have been listening to me because he was peeking into Sandify. That had to have been a warning from the Red Bull there.
He's going for the send. Oh, and Red Arrow just
shuts it down. He shuts it down. Mr. Red Arrow is able to hold on to P4 for now. But honestly, this is going to get interesting because Hood Kool-Aid Man's falling back. It's potentially going to bring Sod into play. Red Arrow and Sean Boy are bringing Parks and Kane back into it. I have a feeling if Red Arrow gets overtaken by Sean Boy here, Sean Boy is going to be attacking for not only a potential P2, because he's definitely faster than those guys in front of him.
Yeah, Sean Boy definitely needs to get around soon, though. Oh, he's going to send it into the tunnel.
He's going to send it into the tunnel? Oh, my God. Wow.
That was risky. The problem is the longer Sean Boy stays behind him, just the farther away those front runners get. Like, he's already 14 seconds behind BK. Oh.
I was just looking at a comment into the chat, and I will be addressing that later.
Paul is on JC's gearbox. Oh, JC, nice save if you're listening.
Oh,
hit the wall a little bit, but he saved the crap out of that.
And guess where Sean Boy made the overtake into Red Arrow?
No, I didn't even get to watch. Did he do it in the turn 1?
Be right before turn 1.
Good job. Well, we'll see if he can pull away now.
Yeah, let's go. Sean Boy is looking to get 7.5 seconds to Sod there in P3. We'll see what happens here. I don't know about you, but the rain looks like it's lightening up a little bit.
Oh, JC! Oh, what a save again. He's going to lose 2 spots, but he kept it out of the wall, which is very important. Oh, he is... It does look like the rain is lightening up, though, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
This
might be
very interesting.
This might get very spicy indeed. The podium places are looking like Sod and Hood Kool-Aid Man are now together.
Do we use dynamic or perfect? And FRL Parks and Red Arrow come together.
Oh
Just a little love
no.
tap, though. Just a little love tap.
It's dynamic and I believe approximate.
Oh, it's approximate, not perfect. So that, yeah, the rain could be stopping. Only the drivers will know. Red Arrow is struggling right now.
Red Arrow is struggling. Honestly, Hood is struggling too. He's 5 seconds adrift from the lead, and he is now under attack.
Ooh, that was risky by Red Arrow. He completely cut across the Alpine to try and get in the pit road there. That was scary, but he made it work.
Yeah, he's into the pits. He's definitely getting off those. He might have burned up those.
It is Inters.
Yeah, it is Inters. That might be it. We'll see. We'll see what Red Arrow does. First guy bouncing off the soft, the soft compound tires. Yeah, soft. Yeah, good job, Deathstorm. The wet compound tires onto the medium, onto the intermediates rather. I'm full of botches tonight.
Very interesting, because Paul pit, but he went back on the wets. So
Well,
is that just an interesting strategy call by Red Arrow?
We'll find out, because I want to see what Red Arrow's next lap time is going to be, considering he is on the intermediate tire. Let's not talk about St. George, please. Different game, don't want to talk about it.
Be interesting. Even if it stops raining, I'm gonna say it's not gonna dry up completely because there's no sun.
No, absolutely not. It won't dry up.
So it definitely will be Inters at the least.
Right,
Oh, I think the Ferrari might have tapped the wall. But he looks like he's got both his end plates.
Yeah, he's good for now, but he's under attack by Sod. So 29-4 from BK last lap. Red Arrow clipping the wall. Oh no, that's just lag. I want to see what Red Arrow does this lap coming. He's just coming out of the pits, so this lap is no indication on how fast or how slow those intermediate compound tires are going to be. Although he's not really that far. Although he's not really that far. Yeah, JC's into the pits.
That's why I'm co-commentator.
JC's on a set of intermediates as well. I think if they're in a party together, they're definitely going, hey, this tire might be faster. We'll see now what happens here with Mr. Red Arrow. We'll actually stay on board with him as he heads toward Mirabeau. 0.4 of a second faster through Sector 1. Novell chicane for the Aston Martin. We'll go to the leader momentarily here. Let's see what he has. He has a 7-second lead now on Hood. As we have a yellow... Oh no, virtual safety car. Was that JC? It was JC. He lost his front wing out of Mirabeau. BK does not pit. He stays out. Hood Kool-Aid Man is diving in. Sod is diving in. That might be... Oh boy. That might be a foul up on strat.
A mistake there. Because it looks like everybody's going to dive in for Inters.
Yep, Sean Boy is in. Yep, the call is definitely Inters. Park stayed out.
Went back on wets. He's the only one that went back out on wets.
Park stayed out entirely.
Huh, track position. That's the name of the game.
Yeah,
it's one thing to catch the guy, it's another thing to pass, right? So if he wants the track position, that's a good call.
Yeah, but I think ultimately it might be a bad call.
I'm very intrigued to see why Kool-Aid went back on the wets instead of the Inters. I wonder if he just didn't switch it in his MFD.
Very well possible. Yeah, I think right now the guys in the driver's seat are definitely Kool-Aid Man and Sod on those intermediate compound tires. As we are ready to go racing, and Gru gets oh wow, speeding under the VSC, giving him a drive-through. That's effectively going to end the Mercs race, but he needs to finish this because if not, he's not going to get that point.
Hood did indeed go on west, Ricardo.
Yes, he did.
Very. He couldn't change it in time. That makes sense. That's gonna put him behind on the back foot.
Ooh, Sod with 3 seconds now too. Eek.
Oh, BK pit. He might actually have enough space.
Is Parks? Parks is gonna stay out. Let's see what BK does. He definitely has. He might have enough space. Here comes the lead. Here comes Parks. Here comes Hood Kool-Aid Man. Does BK beat it out? He barely does.
Ooh,
Barely.
that was risky.
Oh,
Be interested to see how Hood Kool-Aid Man can
cope.
do here with these wets. Now we
Yeah.
got a train. Let's see what happens.
Oh no, we got a train.
Oh,
This is gonna be. This is
Kool-Aid.
gonna.
Nice pass. Oh, double overtake.
Oh wow, Sod too. Parks losing 2 positions in 1 corner. Now Hood Kool-Aid Man's looking like he's gonna have something for BK, but again, I think there's excuse me. I think those intermediate compound tires of BK are gonna just start blowing away. It's already up to 2 seconds, so I think that was definitely the right call. Hood Kool-Aid Man mounted the curb out of middle of Novel. Sod's
Pretty
still all
crazy
over the
to
back.
pretty crazy to think we're only on lap 11 of 39 too. Very long race here.
Well, when the track is 78 laps normally, half of 78.
JC in the pits again. He's back out.
Yeah, at this point, I don't see anybody retiring unless they wreck. Because again, you need a complete 35 sector 1 to get a point here with the 10 drivers.
You know, I give Hood Kool-Aid Man credit. He's not falling back nearly as fast as I thought he would.
Yeah, but those tires have to be heating up hard.
Yeah, they definitely won't be too friendly with him. But if you pit now, you lose way too much track position, so he's got to be praying for some type of safety car.
Yep, absolutely. Sod possibly no until those hairpin. Thought about it, backs out of it. I mean, that's an overtaking possibility into the hairpin if you're brave enough to try to pull it off, but just in general, I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, Parks is about to get overtaken here in the tunnel. Yeah, those wets just aren't doing it for him.
Sean Boy making inroads. Hood Kool-Aid Man. I'll say this though, with Hood Kool-Aid Man holding tight the way he is, Sean Boy is only 7.5 seconds away from that. If he could hold Sod for as long as he can, while Sean Boy just attacks, this might help. This might help both Red Bulls.
A little bit of a tap from Sad to the back of Kool-Aid's gearbox.
And Kool-Aid actually got out a little bit because of it. Oh, Sod almost clipped the exit wall of Sandoval. JC, it looks like he... No, it wasn't JC, it's Red Arrow. Out of Rascass. Looked like he got loose and spun it there. But then, as I said, that JC also losing it in the Mirabeau, but he's got to let the cars in front of him through. He is now officially lapped.
We'll see if Kane can make the overtake on Parks here. Very interesting defending by Parks.
Ooh, goes inside in the Mirabeau. I mean, try to go the long way around. Pass me if you can, basically, is what he's telling Kane.
Yeah,
Parks
is definitely not enjoying those tires. Not only are they 12 laps old, they're the wrong compound.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, about Mr. Kane. Shout out to him from Saturday's race. He was able to get a podium in the Ryder Cup event, and it was his first COS podium.
Dang, good for him.
So, go America? Go AM side. Go AM side. But yeah, congratulations to him. Hood Kool-Aid Man. Hood Kool-Aid Man actually into the pits now. Releases Sod.
I think that's a smart move.
I think he was hoping for a safety car, personally. You probably were right. but he couldn't last too much longer, so it was what it is. Excuse me.
We'll let Sean Boy get up to 3 seconds as Saad, though. Sean Boy's definitely got pace. We'll see if he can catch up to Saad here.
Oh my goodness.
He's definitely.
He's got Saad.
I think he's definitely faster than Saad.
He's got. He sees him. Forget catching up to him. It was just 7.5 seconds, like 2.5 laps ago. He's now cut that more in half. It's now 2.5. That's ridiculous pace by the Red Bull. Forget just sneaking into a podium position. It might be a Red Bull 1-2 at this pace.
I don't think the Inters can go the rest of the way without puncturing, but it'll be very interesting to see if anybody tries.
If there's anybody that could pull that off, we have the Tire God King of the AM side in AM3. So, I mean, if that man could go 20 some odd laps on the medium compound tire in Le Castellet, I'm pretty sure he could pull off 20 some odd laps on the intermediate compound tire at Monaco.
True.
And I'm talking about Grook's Tire God King.
Everything's pretty spread out at the moment.
Yeah, this is going to be the dull point. Looks like the transition to the dull point of the race. Right now, I'm just on board with Mr. Sean Boy in his pursuit of P2. It's now down to 2.5 seconds. He cut it from the last time we visited Maribor. He's already cut 1.5 seconds on it. So this man is coming. We'll see when and where he's going to catch the gearbox of Mr. Saad. And then when and where, subsequently, the Red Bull is going to overtake the Williams. I think it's more or less a matter of when, not a matter of if.
BK is looking strong out front at the moment. Doesn't even really have to push that hard. Just got to keep the car out of the barrier.
This is typical COS Monaco. You have one guy completely just dominating the race. That is BK. I mean, it's not EU4 Ivica domination. I mean, he won that race by 30 some odd seconds this afternoon. But this is a pretty steady drive by the championship leader. As long as he keeps it out of the barrier, I mean, I don't see anybody challenging him. But yes, going up Beau Rivage for the 16th time, Saad is... Oh,
he retired in pit road. Okay. I was going to say, somebody went around.
JC, oh, he retired in pit road. That means 10th place is not getting the point. He didn't complete 35 laps. He needed to complete 20 more.
Very interesting, because his AI is going to come out of pit road right as
now.
We are passing. Okay, good. Didn't get anybody's way.
Yeah, but it might get in his own teammates.
You never know with AIs in this game.
Yeah, you don't. I think he's going to park in it.
Monaco. Where the heck's he even going to be?
Maribor?
Where is that AI going?
That AI has to go to Maribor, I think. That's the first runoff area after the pit road. Which means his teammate's going to be in trouble. Oh my god! Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, that is not a good spot to stop AI.
Oh my god, that's a terrible spot. Absolutely atrocious spot. My lord. That's atrocious. It needs to just stop it in the pit road. That's what it needs to do.
Yep. Because if you retire in real life, you don't drive back out on the track and then park your car out there.
No, absolutely not. We will get a TV cam view of the battle for P2. Cam, I have B. Scholes with me. You know, 6th place AM1, dominating in a constructors of Vamo. You know, that guy. That's who I got.
Let's go Merc. Mercia. No.
Wow. 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 I, on the other hand, like to remain unbiased in the booth.
I'm
So
obviously not that biased towards Merck because I'm cheering for BK, so... I'm just kidding. As long
I
as
know.
everybody finishes and has fun, that's all that matters.
Fun. What is fun?
That's true.
39 laps. 39 laps in the wet in Monaco. Is that fun?
No, it is not. Cam can attest to that. He did the exact same league race here that I did in the wet. That was the worst 39 laps of my life, I can tell you that for a fact.
I
But it
will
does
say
make it a
this
lot
though.
more interesting.
I will say this. Even though there's only 11 guys, the fact that only 2 of them retired and it wasn't via crash is actually pretty astounding to me. Haha, that was a joke of a race, Cam said.
Yeah, definitely was. There's only been one VSC so far, right?
Yeah, 1 VSC, 2 retirees, and Sod is being pressurized like no tomorrow. Made a mistake into Maribor. Sean Boy's all over the back now. Like, he is literally hook, line, sinkered, mounted, ready to pounce, and just needs to make this overtake happen already. He's there. And if I'm going to be unbiased for just a second, Mr. Merkman, the AM Red Bull side is carrying Red Bull right now, so ha ha and ha!
uh,
So ha ha and ha to you, kind sir.
that's okay. My teammate's like 3 seconds faster a lap than me, so...
Your teammate is flipping EU1 pace. Forget AM1.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure does that on a pad too, which is crazy.
Yes, he does. I can confirm.
I give credit to every pad racer. Ooh, Hood Kool-Aid has catched Kane. Let's see if he can make the overtake.
He's an alien.
Yes, bro, honestly. Oh.
Oh, Beau
Kool-Aid's gone for
Rivage, he makes the move! Up Beau Rivage into the casino square. Nice move by the Ferrari. We have a yellow sector 3.
Yeah, the Merc was...
Gruen Parks. They're still pointing in the right direction, so I mean, that's a plus. Sod is now 11 seconds away from BK, and he's got Shamboy for company.
I'd be intrigued to see if Hood Kool-Aid can catch Sod and Seanboy, because if Seanboy does not get past Sod, I mean, I know it's a 12-second gap, but that can close very quickly.
Yeah. I think if the sooner Seanboy gets by Sod, I have a gut feeling that 11.5-second gap to BK is going to close and close rapidly. That's no disrespect to BK or anything, but if Seanboy's just hooked up, Seanboy's just hooked up.
Yes.
But he's definitely faster. He's definitely faster than that Williams. There's no question about that.
If I was Seanboy, I would definitely burn some ERS at some points. The only reason I say that is because Sod's at 40% and Seanboy is at 100. Not that ERS makes a huge difference here, especially in the wet, but...
Yeah, he's using ERS to keep ahead, I think. Seanboy is just... Oh. Curse me being sick and oversleeping. I think Seanboy's case is he just doesn't want to burn it because he just doesn't want to... Like, he's just sitting back, and when he forces a mistake, then he'll burn it. That's usually what he'll do.
We'll see if Paul gets out of the leader's way here.
Oh, yeah?
As he's coming up. The only
Yes.
traffic BK has seen today.
The only car that BK... well, he saw JC earlier, too, but the only...
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. The second car he's seen ahead of him all day is a McLaren, and he is about to get lapped by the race leader. And BK sets the fastest lap when doing so. Jeez, he's got to get out of the way. There we go. Cool.
There we go.
Alright, alright. McLaren, no harm, no foul from McLaren there.
That's okay. BK had 14 seconds to get past. I think Paul just wanted to make sure he got out in a good place there.
Yeah, and honestly, before, right after turn one, I honestly would have done it before turn one personally, but that's just me. Oh, good grief. I hate how it goes.
Yawning. People are getting mad at you in the chat.
I was sick. I slept all weekend. I'm sorry for being tired. Yeah, Sean Boy does need to get a move on here. He is plastered all over the back of
The only problem
Sod.
is Sod's not making, like, he might be making a few mistakes here and there, but he's not making a big enough one where there's any way he can get past him. But Hood Kool-Aid Man is coming.
Yes, will get interesting potentially. Yeah, if Sod gets overtaken by Sean Boy, what's to say that Hood Kool-Aid Man does not catch Sod either at this pace? I mean, he's got fresher intermediates.
That is true.
Haha, Potty's working by the hour. Must be nice.
Gotta be honest, I'm very impressed there's not more penalties than there is. Especially for wet weather.
Yeah, I'm more impressed with the fact there's only 2 DNFs so far. Ouch.
Yeah, and they were both in pit road.
Yeah, and 6 a.m. Ouch.
That's tough.
JC's about to go sit in a corner of his room and cry like an incessant little girl going, "Why did this have to happen to me?" I had to.
Oh, Sean Boy made the pass. Oh, Sod went into the runoff.
Yeah, he made a huge mistake.
Oh, and then he came back on the... Oh my gosh, he came back on the track. Unsafe release. Or, I guess, unsafe rejoin.
Oh, man.
Might be getting looked into. Drove straight into the side of Hood Kool-Aid there.
Let's not do that, guys. I want a clean race. I don't need any penalty reports. I have a feeling I'm going to get a whole bunch later on this week.
The good thing is it looks like Kool-Aid still has his wing. I don't think you can get side pod damage, but I could be wrong.
No, you can't get side pod damage on reduced.
Because I was going to say, if he could, he definitely probably would have got side pod damage there. That was a very interesting move, but Sean Boy is 15 seconds behind. We'll see if he can catch.
Yeah, now there goes Sod. He's going to be a whole pit stop behind Kool-Aid Man now. That releases the Ferrari, so it's now Red Bull, Ferrari. I think I got one of your overtakes, JC. I'm not 100% sure. Gonna have to rewatch that later.
And this is where the race starts to slow down a bit.
Now,
lots of gaps.
Now what? Sod gets 5 seconds for cutting the corner. That had to have been pit entry.
Yeah, he must have
pit exit.
it. Oh yeah, I guess going over the white line.
Yeah. What is this? 2010, by the way, with Red Bull, Ferrari?
I miss Mark Webber.
Huh. Marco Webber.
He was my favorite driver.
Multi-21, Seb? Multi-21? I wonder if BK or Sean Boy is telling BK, Multi-21? I am faster than you?
Speaking of real life racing, I love how Max Verstappen and Red Bull are breaking all these records, and Max Verstappen could not give a crap in the world.
He wants to win championships. Like, that's
he said he could retire tomorrow and he would be perfectly fine with that. Like, you don't hear that from any other driver. It's sort of crazy.
I mean, the guy's just talented. He really is.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, the car is amazing, but if Verstappen's that fast and Perez, by no means is a bad driver, is going that slow, that's telling you it's not all the car.
No, I think
I could beat Max.
I think it's more or less, honestly, between that, the car is set up for Max than it is any second he's had, because if you think about it, all the second drivers he's been with Ricardo smashed him. Kvyat smashed him. Gasly smashed him.
Well,
Albon cracked.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I mean, I don't know. I would still take out Perez and put Liam Lawson in that car for next year.
Kvyat, oh god.
But that's why I'm not on the team, right? So, you
Yeah,
know.
Liam Lawson, you would think?
I think if he can prove himself to do that in an AlphaTauri, might as well give him a shot. But at the same time, that's where young drivers' careers go to die. So it's like, what do you want to do, right?
I mean, and you guys do realize Kvyat, well, yeah, okay, yeah, my bad. He did replace him. My apologies. You're
Fact
right.
check.
I can't believe I just jazzed that up because it was Ricardo as the first driver, Kvyat was the second, and then Russia happened. That's right. My bad. I'm sorry. And then he went on to win Spain his very first race in Red Bull. Speaking of next season, you think Logan Sargent's going to stay in the Williams?
Yes.
I mean, he's had
I
signs.
think they should at least give him a second year because at the end of the year, yeah, he's had wrecks, but he is you can definitely tell that he's improved pace-wise.
I mean, it doesn't exactly hurt that the car is quicker. Look at Albon.
Yeah, I mean, Albon is something else, but the problem I have with the Williams situation is I think the only person you could put in there, like, you're not going to put, I mean, you could put Mick, but I don't think they'll put Mick in. I don't think Red Bull would loan Lawson. Other than that, unless they call up another F2 driver, what are they going to, might as well just keep Logan in there.
Right, I mean, there's Drugovich, but I don't think. Yeah, I just don't know. I think it'll be
Yeah,
interesting to see.
that's what I was saying about Lawson at Red Bull. If he doesn't do good, that's where young drivers' careers go to die. So I don't.
Again, look at Gasly, but then he goes to AlphaTauri. He goes back to AlphaTauri, wins a race at Monza.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, those two Red Bull guys of Verstappen and Perez, they got to be looking over their shoulders at McLaren.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been. I wish. I mean, McLaren's my favorite team, but I would love to have seen Lewis and Russell not crash because they looked like they had some pace. So it would have been very interesting between the McLarens, the Merc, and the Red Bull. Because the Red Bull Max, he didn't even really pull away, which I think again just shows how good he is at saving tire and that car. Because they were even saying they had to push 24/7 that race, and look, he only gained 4 seconds at the end, 4.5. To be fair, there was a 4-second pit stop, so he wouldn't have been that close. But I think it would be interesting to see if F1 implemented the you had to pit this many times in a race. It definitely makes it more interesting.
Yeah, or just put refueling back into play. I know it's a safety
True.
I know it's a safety hazard and whatnot, but Qatar just took a lot out of a lot of drivers. You had Sargent who retired due to fatigue. You had Albon who couldn't get out of his darn car. You had, I think it was it Piastri laying down in the cool down room?
Yeah, and then Max was sitting on the ground, like he wasn't even sitting in his chair.
Yeah, like it was crazy. And they have to deal with that track for 10 years, I believe, if the Concord agreement is correct.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help. Like, Lance Stroll literally said he was passing out in the high-speed corners. Like, that's saying something. If every single driver is saying that it's way too hot, then you should probably look into what's going on. Is it still raining? I
No,
don't think so.
it's done.
But there's 11 laps left. I do not think the track is going to dry out. But I've seen stranger things. the show and in the game.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it stopped raining. BK's out to a 17-second lead, by the way. So that pace that Sean Boy appeared to have had is completely and utterly gone. But then again, he's also behind the McLaren of Paul. Paul, there he goes. He lets him through. So there goes Sean Boy into P. Well, he's still in P2, but he finally gets back passed through the lap car. Um, but going back to Qatar is just brutal, and I mean we've seen some bangers when it comes to heat and races. Singapore comes to mind, Malaysia comes to mind.
Well, it doesn't help that Qatar, all the corners basically are high speed, so the G-forces they're pulling that whole race are like insanely high.
It's just crazy. Like so, half the grid was like, I can't do this. You saw Russell, you saw Norris, Piastri like trying to pull up their visor just to get some sort of cooling in there. I'm wondering if they're going to need to revisit a cooling system for inside the car.
Well, in other news, Red Arrow, the first one to jump onto the dries. Onto the mediums.
Interesting.
I guess he didn't have that much to lose. I'm very intrigued though. I don't know if that's... I mean, we're just watching from spectating mode, but it does not look like the track is dry enough. And I don't know if it'll dry since it's at night.
Yeah, that's a big concern for me right now. Oh my God, he is sliding like nobody's business. I honestly don't think that was the play. He jumped on it way too soon. If it goes to dry weather tires, I think it wasn't going to be ready for another 4 or 5 laps minimum. Yeah, 4 or 5 laps minimum for sure, but yeah, he's just losing it.
But the thing is, do they pit for another set of inters? Because if the track is drying, the inters are gonna burn out very quickly. And they're already, most of them have done 19 laps on them. If I'm looking at the tire data, so...
Yeah, 18, 19. Saad has 6. Gru has 2. Hood Kool-Aid Man had 15. Parks has 15. Just craziness with that. We'll see. Red Arrow, it's actually looking like it's starting to dry up a little bit. We'll revisit the penalty situation. Holy crap. Saad has 11 seconds in penalties. At this point,
Dang.
he's going to lose P4.
Oh, Kane into the pits. We'll see what tire compound he goes on to. It looks like it is the softs.
Oh,
so
this will be
the track is starting to dry.
It's puncture weather.
It's very hard to tell when you're not driving the car whether the track is drying or not, or dried enough.
Well, the front straight looks pretty dry. So this might have been a play.
Yeah, we'll see if anybody else comes in. BK is going to be around in the final corner here, so we'll see. No, he's staying out.
We have a little while to wait before Sean Boy comes in. It's 17 seconds, almost 18 now.
I would love to know that tire deg. Wish there was like somewhere you could pull that up in this spectating menu.
Well, we had the task system for that. Yeah, you weren't here for this. We had a task system where in the past where we would be able to have you, because you're the sign into a little thing on the internet, and as long as everybody's information is public, you could look at a specific driver and go, oh, here's the tire wear they have, here's the fuel rate they have, here's the damage they have. That's cool. Yeah. Unfortunately, EA's last year's game ended up killing it because there was something in the coding, and the guy that ran it just never figured it out.
Sawed onto the softs. Sorry
5 seconds. 5 seconds for crossing the pit lane exit line again. Another 3 seconds.
Not. He might get disqualified window here.
He's 18 seconds in penalties now, or 14 seconds in penalties now. One of
Yeah,
those is a
that's.
5 seconds.
I'm not 100% sure. Oh, red arrow.
Into the Novel chicane! Oh my god!
Is that gonna bring out a safety car?
Oh, there's the stricken
Does
Aston
not
Martin.
look.
It does not look like no.
Hmm.
I think it
Cleaned up
might.
already.
Oh,
Dang that. Oh, DRS enabled. That will tell the drivers what they need to know.
oh yeah. By the way, that should have been a safety car.
At least a
Guess what?
virtual, you would
Guess
think.
what? Guess what is still prominent on this game? The glitch.
Well, I don't necessarily know that because, to be fair, he was off the racing line. Yeah, it should be a safety car. If it was IRL, that would be a safety car. But you know it's EA, so their logic might just.
Their logic is screw this game.
Because you'd think at least a VSC. I mean, there was only 2 cars that had to make it through, so maybe that's why.
Maybe. So Cam's in the chat. I want league racing tools. Can track all sorts of statistics with it. Scholes knows what's up because of Sunday. Clue me in, sir.
Do I? I don't even know. Maybe I'm just stupid. I am stupid, but I don't necessarily know, to be honest. Oh, BK's diving in.
Is your
Yeah,
is your name Charles Leclerc?
I am stupid. Yes.
I am stupid.
Gives you a bunch of stats after. Huh.
I'll have to
Might
look into
check-
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might have to check that out. Because it'd be. I mean, the only thing with that is, do you wanna? I guess at least you'd have it for your own intel, but you don't really want to say it on stream in case any of the drivers are listening. Put them at a disadvantage.
Right.
I do have a PC, so I could definitely do that.
Yeah, I live under a rock and a hard place, so no PC for me just yet, but
Yeah,
hopefully soon.
I got every console you can think of, so yeah, I could definitely do that if that's
Listen
something
here,
the
Moneybags.
league wants to.
Listen here,
Buddy,
Mr.
that's
Moneybags.
all I spend my money on is gaming. So
I'm gonna say it just because. Nerd!
Sean Boy and BK on the mediums, very interesting.
They
I'm
burned
gonna
up.
guess they had no fresh softs, but still, you'd think they would have put a use set on.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how many laps they burned on them.
That is true.
Go to the race
Race
statistics.
statistics tab in DRO. Okay, let me see here.
Huh.
Race statistics. I've never actually looked at any of this. There's so much crap in the channels that, that is, oh yeah, that's cool.
And you have a basic one because you're a driver. Imagine being an admin
Tells
in
you
an
their
entire
rating,
server.
their overtakes, the battle.
Nice.
Holy crap, that's actually pretty crazy. Now,
Nice.
would I know how any of that works? No, I live under a rock when it comes to technology like that.
Yeah,
See with the
imagine
guys.
being an admin, by the way, when you see pretty much every single thing, almost every single thing in a server that you need to, or that you can. Like, I have access to
Yeah.
all the AM channels to its entirety. I have access because I'm a sort to the EU general chats right now. I have, oh God, my Discord
I've
is usually
wanted to,
busy.
I've wanted to try golf cam, but I am so clueless when it comes to that. I'd probably be shanking it into the trees every single time.
So your favorite number would be 4?
Yeah, that's actually funny because that is my favorite number.
Wow.
Well, you got everything in this race, that's for sure. Wets to inters to dries, which I'm very surprised, seeing that it was at night.
Honestly, so am I.
And, you know, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Nobody's actually wrecked out other than Red Arrow. And I wonder how he wrecked out. I wonder if he turned in too early.
That would be my guess because it was the front left tire that was gone. Red arrow left, not too surprised there. We do have 5 laps to go now. And BK, our championship leader and our race leader, is going into Maribor. He's going to have to contend with 2, maybe 3 cars. It looks like the 2 that are in front of him are Gru and Parks, and not too far ahead of him, or too far ahead of them, is Saad, by the way.
So now, as long as everybody makes it through the first sector, they do get points, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Lap 35, Sector 1, the top 8 will get points.
BK is coming up on some more lap traffic. He's about to lap up to 6th place.
Yes,
Very
Paul.
strong performance from him.
Yes, Paul is now officially into the points, by the way.
Good job, everybody.
all 8 drivers now are into the point, or that are left have scored points. So Paul will be getting 4 points for McLaren tonight.
You know, I gotta give everybody credit. Even if they weren't necessarily the fastest, they stuck in there, and that deserves a round of applause.
Yes, this is Monaco. It was in the wet for the most part of the race, so yes, definitely. And it's been relatively, it's going to sound strange for me to say, but relatively clean.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty clean. I mean, the only thing I could note of is the sod coming back onto the track, but other than that, it's very clean. Not that I've seen every battle, but I've been pretty close into them.
Yeah, BK has just been on a magic stroll through the yellow brick road, trying to find his way into Kansas via Monaco.
Oh, BK is going to get some lap traffic. We'll see what.
Yeah,
see if they get out of the way, but at the same time, they are also racing for position. So
yeah, that's
very
the.
Interesting.
And they
see
have.
They let them by. They have blue flags, so if they don't let them by, they will get a penalty. In the game, not even.
Right. Let car through. Let car through.
They're smart. They let them go on the straight.
Either here or going up Beau Rivage. 3 to go for the Red Bull. There goes Gru. He lets BK pass. Now let's see what where FRL Parks decides to let off here.
Yeah, Gru's in the better spot there to let him pass, because now Gru might have a chance to overtake. Oh, never mind. Parks did that very well.
Yeah, that was nicely thought out by the Haas. Hood Kool-Aid Man setting the fastest lap with a 16.5 on the soft compound tire. I'm not too surprised there. Very, very interesting.
Stod may lose 5th, but it depends if I don't know. I gotta look at penalties. No, Sod only has 12 seconds now, so no, he'll get his position.
He'll hold on to it, yeah. Gru has 6th place locked up at the moment as Sod goes fastest with 15.7. BK has all the time in the world. He is gonna bolt on the set of soft compound tires, I would imagine, to go for fastest lap, and that's exactly what he's done.
Very interesting, because his teammate's not that far behind. It's going to be very close. Oh my gosh.
Why did BK do
blunder? Or did he get damage?
No, he didn't switch out tires at all. Hood Kool-Aid Man 15.5. What was he doing there?
That is a very interesting strategy call. Dominating the whole race, and then decides to pit with 2 to... And I don't think he's going to get past them. Even though he's on softs.
Unless Sean Boy lets him through.
Maybe they did this so BK could get fastest lap for the team, but...
Why sacrifice
Sean Boy, I'd be going for the win.
Yeah, now that's where
my teammate by.
Now that's where you and I would be different, because if I know my teammate was dominating the whole race and decides to do that, I would just let him by. That's just me.
I don't think there's team orders, because Sean Boy is pulling away. Oh, caution!
Oh, Hood Kool-Aid Man!
Kool-Aid out! No!
No!
Oh! I mean, he's still gonna get points,
Wow.
but oh, that's tough. After
That,
that whole race in the wet and now to the dry, he wrecks. Oh, is BK?
uh,
Oh, what? BK even backed out just to go for fastest lap. I'm so confused right now.
why did he do that?
I'm
I
gonna need
have,
an I'm gonna need an explanation for that.
yeah, Mr. BK, you're gonna have to explain to us what you're thinking here. Because what you just did, you just threw away 25 points. Yeah, you have a Red Bull 1-2. I understand that. But,
That's how far ahead was BK in the championship?
I mean, it was only 120 something to 107. It was only a 15-point gap.
That's very interesting. I wonder. Well, Sean Boy's slowing down like crazy now, so maybe it was team orders. Yeah, like BK is zooming now, so maybe he'll let him pass at the start. I'm. If Sean Boy doesn't let him by, I'd be. I don't know what's going on. But he's just gonna give him dirty air here, so like I don't 100% understand.
There we go.
No, Sean Boy's gonna win it. I'm so confused.
BK destroys fastest lap, but Sean Boy
Did you think
taking the
Sean Boy
win.
had a penalty, maybe?
I don't know. I'm confused. However, the third step of the podium is going to be he's going to have 2 podiums in 3 days in the Alpine. Mr. Kane with his second podium here in Kos at the
Good
streets of
job,
Monte
Kane.
Carlo. Nice run by the Alpine. Saad's coming in to finish fourth. Paul's already finished. He's got 6 points to his name tonight. Saad's going to come in and finish fourth. So, I mean, BK does extend the championship lead a little bit, but it could have been an easier 7 more points for sure. Gru's coming around Rascass and Anthony Nogues now for the final time, as well as Parks. So Parks is going to be the last finisher here tonight, and he will be finishing in sixth. We have 7 finish. BK has some splaining to do in the chat, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, great race boss, Sean Boy. He definitely had pace, but I'm a bit confused by that strategy call.
Gift to Shunboy. Oh, because of the Jetta thing. I know what he's talking about.
I
He
have
gave
no
him.
clue.
I know what. Okay, I know what happened because Sean Boy won at Jeddah and got it, and it got taken away via penalty. So he gave him the street win here at Monaco.
Well, he's a nicer man than I
Okay,
am,
okay, okay.
because I definitely would not be that nice.
Now I'm understanding it. Okay. I still think that's a little wacky tobacco, but it's still a Red Bull 1-2, and it looked like Adrian Newey there. And we're back into the wet weather. Holy crap. But yeah, here is your finish here tonight. Sean Boy winning from P3 on the grid. BK taking 19 points. He extends his lead another 7 points, so now it's up to, I believe, 20. Maybe 21. But BK's P2. Kane following up his maiden podium with another podium in AM3 in third. Saad in fourth. Gru in fifth. Parks 1 lap down in sixth. Paul 1 lap down in seventh. Hood Kool-Aid Man was classified P8. And Red Arrow, JC, and ASAP Loggy, we lost early. Red Arrow and JC will not get points. So Aston Martin taking a huge step back in constructors with the no points here. And that was Monaco. That was pretty tame, if I do say so myself. Your
Yeah,
thoughts on the race, sir?
very interesting all race, really. I mean, they had a little bit of everything. Wets, inters, slicks, and I gotta say good job to the drivers that stuck it out and made it through and didn't DNF. Very good job.
Yeah, and while I get to where I need to get to here. All right, now ready for my closing spiel. Yeah, my thoughts on the race. It was pretty tame throughout. Had a couple hiccups along the way, as you said. The side potential re-entry. We had one DNF on track, two in the pit lane. So very mellow Monaco from AM3, which I enjoyed. But it was a Red Bull dominated race. BK dominated all of that race, and then at the end pitted onto the soft compound tires to take the fastest lap. So it was a Red Bull 1-2. Kane with his second podium in 3 days. So great job to the Alpine. So that is it for AM3 for Mr. Schulze. This is Deathstorm. Tomorrow's COS action continues here at Monte Carlo with EU3. I believe that is 4 p.m. here in the States, 10 p.m. Central European, 9 p.m. UK. And then your boy Deathstorm and another Red Bull in AM2, same time as tonight. Also, Mr. Schulze on Wednesday in AM1 at 9 p.m. Eastern as well. So shout out to that. And as far as that, we will see you guys next week. I do not know where we are at next week, by the way. So I don't know if you want to look that up real quick. Let's look that up.
I can do a little research.
I just don't know where we're at. Oh crap. It'd be in general information. F1 calendar.
It is Imola.
Oh.
Imola.
We are Enzo, the circuit of, Enzo and Dino Ferrari in Imola next week. Warren would love saying that name, the Emilio Romano Grand Prix. I butcher it every time. That kid repeated that I don't know how many times, so if he messes it up, it's on him. So, for Schulze, for the rest of AM3, this is Deathstorm. Tune in tomorrow for some more Contest of Speed action. Until next time, everybody stay safe. We will see you next week from Imola.